Hi everyone, welcome to Downward Dog Rising. My name is Tracy and I'm here to give you a reformer workout today. So if you have a reformer at your house, this workout is excellent for your core. We're going to address our whole body while we work out the core the entire time. And I'm just going to flow from motion to motion just like we do in Pilates. So please join me. All you need is a reformer. If you don't have one, I'll be back this week to do a mat video. I'll do mat work, Pilates, and I'll do some yoga too, just so everybody has something they can work on. All right, so let's begin. Your headrest can be up if that's more comfortable for you. I like having my headrest down, and I'll remind you before we do any bridging that we need to bring the headrest flat so we don't compress neck vertebra. You could have 3 heavy springs on if you so choose. If you have a balanced body or a peak reformer, the green is the heavy spring and the red is medium and blue is light. So you could do 3 medium springs, 3 heavy springs, whatever works for you. If you have lighter springs, you want to do 4 springs, go for it. That's okay too. It's too heavy if you put pressure, feel pressure going down into your shoulders. That means your core isn't strong enough and you're not adequately distributing the weight load through the entire spine. So it's pushing on your shoulders. So that's your telltale sign if your spring load is too heavy for you. Let's begin. We're going to sit at the edge, tighten core, lift heart to sky. If you have osteoporosis, you're going to turn sideways and lower down. But if not, I want you to do a little roll down. Scoop your core tight and just roll slow with control. Come all the way down. Press arms against the mat. Now we're going to take the balls of feet around the bar, middle and kneecaps over second toes. Press the legs long. The heels dip, the heels lift, and fold and come home. Being careful not to hit home, keep constant motion. 8. You might hear cracks in your ankles, that's normal. 7. Eventually they go away, they should. 6. And 5. Scoop abdominal wall deeply to length of spine. 4. 3. 2. Now, Pilates V stance, first position. Interlace tops of thighs together. Inhale, feel lateral ribs expand. Scoop and zip up through center. Exhale, reach. Exhale, reach. Exhale, chest open. 50-50 each leg. 4 more. 3, 2. On the next one, stay out there, gently lower the heels, stretch the medial calves, stretch those Achilles tendons. 7 and 6, those ribs knit down together with each exhale. 5, 4, ooh, feel that burn. 3, 2, last one, come on home. Heels firm, hip width apart, middle of bar, flex toes to sky, articulate those ankle joints. Front of thighs lift off knees, back of thighs resist, no knee locking here. Scoop core, back releases against mat. Full leg extension without locking of the joints. Three more. 2 more. Last one. Slide heels to outside edges. Slight turnout, same degree of turnout from the hips to the knees to the ankles. Press equal through each heel. Deep inhale, lengthen. Crack, exhale. When you align things, you align all your joints, you'll get cracks as things adjust, as you recruit the muscle, because the muscles are going to help move those bones. You're going to feel things realign into place. Inhale, exhale, resist, come back. Chest is open, relax shoulders away from ears. Legs extend, same time. 5, 4, 3, chest is open. 2 more. Last one. Slide heels to the middle of your bar. Hip width, heels firm. I want you to scoop abdominal wall in, no weight in neck. If headrest is up, you're going to place it to the flat. All the way down position. Mine's already down. But you would just reach under your head, make sure it's down so it's not lifting up or anything. Make sure your hair is not under it. You bridge, really stretch the tailbone away from you. Press out. If you have any back pain, you'd lower your hips a little, or you wouldn't completely straighten out the legs. Be careful not to hyperextend the knees. Inhaling and exhaling and exhale. Feel length through the hip sockets, tailbone long. 6 more, really scoop the core tight. Weight across shoulder blades, shelf. 5, 4, chest is open. 3, ribs knit down together, no weight in neck. 2, last one. And then from here, inhale to center of spine between shoulder blades. You wouldn't do this with spinal fusion. You would just do the hip hinge straight back down, but without having your spine be fused, you can roll and articulate. Exhale. 1 vertebra. To the next. To the next. To the next. 1 by 1. All the way till you make it to the bottom of your spine. There. And then just hug in. Gently rock side to side if that's within your practice. Feels really good to roll your spine out. We do that in yoga all the time. Now we're going to take our feet, wrap the toes back around the bar, balls of feet. Lift up high, drop one down low, spread the toes apart, a little bit of running, stretch that spine apart, push into the ball of the foot, feel that elongation through the front of that hip and thigh, feel the back chain from the back of the ankle, the heel, the Achilles tendon, the calf, behind the knee, all the way up to the hamstring. Push and resist. Push into the ball of your foot and resist. 5, 4, 3, 2 more, and gently come all the way back home. You're either going to roll to your side like this, use your arm, push up for a spring change if you have herniated disc or osteoporosis. If not, slide down so your legs wrap over the bar. Inhale, and then you're going to scoop your core tight, and maybe you'll just reach under those thighs as you peel up. And then we're going to do a little spring change. We're going to go to 2 red springs. It's going to be a little heavy, and it's going to be a little heavier for your arms, but we're going to keep our 2 springs on, so when we converse, and when we converge into different exercises, we don't have to keep getting up and down. It's going to be a little heavier for your upper body, but we're going to combine some upper body, lower body work today. So again, if you have osteoporosis, get down sideways, control, and you just lower down in one shot. Otherwise, you could stretch arms long, scoop your core tight, peel down, vertebra by vertebra. Use your abdominal wall, scoop in, all the way down. Roll sequentially down. Okay, now you have 2 reds on. Now, if it is too heavy, you're always welcome to do a spring and a half, like red and a blue spring. That's fine too. I'm going to keep it narrow grip. I'm not going to have you do big wide things on heavy springs, so I'll keep it close to your body, so that's cool. We're going to float our knees to tabletop, and then from tabletop, pull the arms straight by your sides, chest is open. Exhale, reach, and exhale, reach. Head away from tailbone. 8, scoop core tight, and 7, and 6, 5, feel those shoulder blades anchored deep down down into those lat muscles. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. If you have osteoporosis, stay here. Pump the arms, head, neck, shoulders, stay down. Avoid forward flexion. If you don't have osteoporosis, you're going to peel up, relax your shoulders down away from ears, and start pumping arms. Breathing in, and then exhale. Inhale, 4 or 5. Reach from the core. Exhale. Inhale, 4 or 5. Exhale, maybe stretch legs long. Breathing in for 5. Exhale. Breathing in for 5. Maybe go lower. Back is on the mat. And exhale. Breathing in for 5. Scoop core tight. And exhale. Breathing in for 5. Maybe go lower. Exhale. 4 more sets. Inhale. Chest is open. Exhale. Inhale. Chest is open. Exhale. 2 more sets. Breathing in for 5. Exhale. Last set. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly fold knees in. Come all the way back. Set those straps down for a moment. And then just let both knees sway a little bit to the side. Increase the space between rib cage, hip bone. Open those ribs apart. Keep tailbone heavy. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Open up that side. Come back center. Tailbone heavy. Sway knees the opposite way. Feel some space between rib cage, hip bone. Feel the sides of the spine elongate. Exhale 2 more times. Breathing in. Exhale. And last one. Feel space open alongside of spine. Breathing in. Exhale, gently release. Awesome. Come back center. Grab your straps again. Elbows are going to hover. If you have osteoporosis, keep your head down. Chest is open. If you don't, you can lift up. Coordination, open, close, fold knees, elbows hug tight. 1, open, close, fold, elbows come back. Tighten core to spine, shoulders down and back. 7, 6, core is scooping tight. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. Come all the way down. Now, do little baby circles. Keep your upper elbows, your upper arms hugging tight to ribs. Work your shoulder girdle. Collarbones wide. 4, shoulder blades to back pockets. 3, keep chest open. 2 more. Last one. Reverse your direction. Breathe in, breathe out. 8, chest is open. 7, 6, collarbones wide, scoop core tight. 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Hang up your straps. You could either use a yoga block for the next one, or what you could do is have your headrest come all the way up high, or you could have your arm go across the headrest and use your arm as a pillow. I like that version. Think of your lower ribs lifting away from the mat. Think of space opening between rib cage, hip bone. We're going to do some single leg footwork, side lying, working on our lumbar spine stability, pelvic girdle stability. Inhale, exhale. Feel tailbone long, head away from tailbone. 8, squeeze that glute max. 7, spine is long. 6, 5, 4 more, scoop core tight. 3, relax shoulders out of ears. 2 more. Last one. Turn, hips are squared, external rotation. Feel glute medius turn on, side glute. And 8, inhale, careful, avoid knee locking. 7, use the belly of the muscle. 6, inhale, exhale. 5, and 4, chest is open, blades to back pockets. 3, 2 more. Control your carriage, always. Last one. Stay turned out, go to ball of foot, dip, lift, come in, 7 more. Get that medial inner part of the calf, strengthen your ankles so you don't sprain your ankles stepping down off a curb. And 6, down and lift, come back, and 5. Collarbones wide, 4. Feel integrated in complete total body as your core draws into the length of your spine. Let's do 2 more heel dips. Excellent. Feel Achilles tendon, stretch and release. And last one. Good job. Either take leg down, release side of hip and glute. Careful if you had a hip replacement, avoid crossing center line. Maybe place foot on frame, stretch out that side glute a little bit. All right, let's do this on the other side. You could either flip over, or to make sure you get in the right spot, come all the way down. Your glutes are almost in the springs, your shoulders in line, right over your hip. Either put your head on a yoga block or put that headrest to high. Your foot goes flat across the bar. There's some space between your lower ribs and the mat. And then what I want you to do here, you're gonna feel some space between top hip and rib cage. You're gonna inhale out to exhale, return. You're gonna inhale out to exhale, return. And 8, 7, shoulder blades anchored down back, 6, 5, control, 4, relax this shoulder out of your ear, 2 more, last one, turn out position, press it out, feel your glute medius start to fire, inner thigh wraps into that outer hip, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2 more, and last one. Stay turned out, go to ball of foot, heel dips, 8, core scoops in deeply to spine, shoulders out of ears, 7, and 6, down and lift, 5, exhale, inhale, 4 more, really squeeze into that glute medius, inner outer thigh, excellent, and 3, press it out, dip and lift, come back, 2 more, dip and lift, come back, and last one, excellent. Now either take this top leg, extend down in front, feel that side hip and glute, or maybe grab ankle, place foot in front of you on wood frame, release side of hip and glute, inhale, exhale. All right, we're gonna take our head rest, place it down if it's up, or I should say take out the yoga block, and you can keep your headrest up because if you take the yoga block off, it won't be too high. Now just recenter your body, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, everything's aligned. And now we're gonna grab our straps, and then let's make sure they're not twisted. If you have ropes, you'll just make sure it's not twisted at the very top where they're attached. And then, because one will be shorter than the other if it wraps. Now we're gonna walk our feet into the straps. If your feet or your calves cramp, or your toes, place the straps closer to your heels. Otherwise, you could be on the arches of your feet. Feel length here between the rib cage, the hip bones. And then I want you to engage your glutes. Feel the stretch through the backs of your thighs. Keep pelvis stable. We want to make sure our hips aren't rocking forward or back. Exhale, reach. Feel some room between ribs and hips. Stabilize pelvis. Exhale. Inhale. Chances are you have ropes and risers, so you won't get your straps hitting your shoulder blocks. That's what risers are for. 7, 6, I'm getting a full range. I'm just making sure my low back doesn't lift off the mat. 5, careful not to arch. 4, and 3, Reach and stretch. 2 more. Reach and stretch. Last one. Now we're going to go into a turned out position, a V stance. Here I want you to feel your inner thighs wrapping into your outer hips, even under your glutes. Stretch inner outer thighs. Have that sensation of wrapping from inner to outer hips. Breathing in, exhale, use your core, zip up through center, feel ribs cascade down together in front, chest stays open. 6 more. And 5 more. Advanced breathing, you to exhale as your ribs integrate together. If you need more back support, lumbar spine, exhale away. If you want to feel your ribs wrapping, integration in front, rib cage connection, exhale as you're lifting up. It's a little harder to stabilize lumbar area, but you could do that as more advanced breathing. 3, exhale. 2 more. If you feel it in your low back, you'd exhale away. Last one. Now stay here. Your heels are together in your V stance. Inhale and exhale in your frog. Inhale and exhale. Use your core. And 7. Feel inner thighs wrap into outer hips. 6. Scoop your core in tight. And 5. Abdominal scoop in. Ribs pull down together. 4. Careful, avoid manny knee locking. 3. And 2. Last one. Exhale. Come back to parallel. You're going to lower and circle. Outer hips, inner thighs, space between ankles. It's like you're working each side 50-50. Feel the integration of those ribs wrapping to the center. 7. Hips to sky. 6. We're being careful not to let our pelvis wobble. 5. Exhale back around. 4 more. Pelvis is stabilized. 3. And 2 more. Ribs cascade together. Last one, reverse. Inhale, come back around, equal distance. Feel those hips decompress. Spine is long. No rocking of the hips. 8. Scoop core in tight. 7. Stabilize pelvis. 6. This will help decompress hip joints. 5. And your spine. 4 and 3. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Breathing in, breathing out. And last one. Awesome. And now just pull on those ropes a little. See if you can straighten out legs. Avoid forcing the knees to straighten. If they won't, it's okay. If your hamstrings are tight, we're stretching them now. Just don't force anything. Inhale, exhale, tailbone heavy, back on mat. Now maybe go into a butterfly with support. Fold those knees in, bottom and feet touch. Butterfly the knees. Feel inner thighs stretch. Feel how tailbone, sacrum are heavy on carriage mat. Inhale, exhale. Wonderful. Slowly, we're going to take our knees, bring them together. Take one foot out, find your bar, put all your weight into that foot so it's easier to slide that foot out. Now I'm going to ask you to hang up your straps. You're either going to turn onto your side to push off your shoulder rest, come all the way up, or you're going to slide down a little bit. Use your core, deep inhale, exhale. You can reach behind those legs, lift yourself all the way up. All right, we're gonna go down to the red spring, one red spring. You can bring your foot bar down. And then I'm gonna ask you if you were to bring your legs straight over your headrest. And then if this was too much, you would take a long box and set it down the center and you would sit directly on top of your long box. Otherwise, create some space here between rib cage, hip bones. And we're just gonna do some hip hinges backwards. So it's safe for osteoporosis or herniated discs. You're gonna do a flat back hinge, flat back neutral, come up, reach through top of head. So here you're opening the space there. Exhale. And then you just reach up through top of head. Exhale, use your core, come back up. Abdominals are bracing into your spine. And 6. Good. 5 more. Take it back, lift through top of head. Your core tightens to spine. 3. 2 more. Use your core. Last one. Now, you could come back here, work your core more, bicep curls, or you could do flat back neutral bicep curls. You choose how hard you want to work. 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. Use your core. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Elevate to top of head. Now what I want you to do, crisscross your straps, sit tall. Now you're just gonna open your heart, pull elbows straight back, a little bit of rowing, keep collarbones wide, press top of head to ceiling. 8, careful not to pinch the blades together. 7, shoulders are straight over hips, shoulders in line over the pelvis. 5, keep chest open. 4 more, and 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Now rotate palms to ceiling, elbows hug tight. Rotator cuff, your wrists are parallel with your elbows. Upper arms stay close to ribs. And 6, chest is open. Work those postural muscles, mid-back. 5, and 4, and 3. 2 more. And last one. Excellent. We're going to uncross our straps. And then I'm going to ask you to turn. We're going to extend our legs straight in front of us. The back of the hips are touching our shoulder rest. And then I'm going to ask you to take your hands so your straps go right across your palms. You probably have the strap, it's black with a rope, and that's cool. I have the old style, the leather ropes and the fuzzies. Elbows hug tight. Avoid coming down and rounding. Elevate your heart through the arms. Maybe flex your feet for a stretch up the back chain. Get those hamstrings behind the knee, the calves, Achilles tendons to stretch. Now I want you to reach on a diagonal as chest stays open, shoulders stay down, and you have a little space between the 2 shoulder blades in your back. Create length and spine. Exhale. 8, maybe a tiny little hinge forward at the hip, tighten core to back, chest is open. 7. And then 6, and 5, those shoulder blades anchor into your bigger lat muscles. 4 more, 3, 2 more, strengthen those postural muscles, upper mid back. Last one. Now, make sure you feel the lifting sensation in your core, hip hinge over the legs, stretch those hamstrings, low back. Inhale, sit tall, hip hinge. If you have osteoporosis, this is your modification. Stay here. Exhale, create elongation in your spine. Little hip hinge forward, shoulders out of ears. So stay here if you have osteoporosis. And then if you don't have osteoporosis, really scoop your abdominals in tight. Go over the legs. Come all the way up. Chest is open, circle. And then you're going to stretch over the legs. Elevate up. So I'm making rowing. I'm changing a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. So I combined rowing front 1 and 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Use your core. Chest is open. Blades to back pockets. And last one. Come back up. Now let's do 5 of the rowing. 1. Shoulder height. Down, sit tall. You can do this with osteoporosis. Come back around. Let's do 4 more. Shoulder height, tap, elevate through top of head. Circle around, chest is open. 3 more. Elevate, tap, circle around. Collarbones wide. 2 more. Elevate, tap, circle around. Last one. You're going to elevate, tap, circle around. Chest is open. Wonderful. Now take your ankles crisscross. See if that's okay. If any of this is too much on the front of your hips or your back, you're going to take your box, you know, the short box or the long box. You're going to make it go short box across the shoulder rest, and you're going to sit at the edge of it with a little hip hinge with your knees bent, feet flat on the mat in front of you. And if that still bothers your back or your hips, you could sit on it long box and just have a little space on each corner. You'll straddle your box like you're on a horse, like you're sitting in a saddle. And you'd have 1 foot here and 1 foot here, and then that would give you a little bit more control over the hip flexors as well as the low back. So if you need to modify, go for it. Otherwise, join me. We're going to take our fingers, our thumbs together, our index fingers together, hip hinge, look eye gaze straight ahead, and I want you to do salute. You're going to bend, and then you're going to really scoop the core in tight. Come right over the front of the forehead, sink into those sits bones. Exhale. Exhale, sink into those sits bones. 5. Wrap those ribs. 4. Keep the spine long. 3. And 2. Now, if you want to do shave the back of the head, you're going to reach your arms behind your head. Now, really engage the backs of those arms. Extend, bend, wrap those ribs. Scoop the core tight. 9. Blades to back pockets. Scoop core in. 8. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Come into hug a tree. Softly round your elbows. Sit up tall, shoulders over hips. Wrap your arms around in front. 8. Chest is open. 7. Really exhale all the air out of the lungs. Ribs meet in the middle. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Come all the way home. Now palms face up, collarbones wide. Do a couple shoulder circles. Release those shoulders forward. Release. Now we're going to go straight in front, open, come back to the front, elbows come into ribs. Little offering. One style of offering. 7. Blades to back pockets, sit tall, chest stays open. 6, 5, and 4. Front ribs meet back ribs, and 3, 2 more. Breathing in, breathing out, and last one. Wonderful. All right, come all the way home, hang up your straps. Now, we're gonna grab our box, the long box, place your strap, place your spring on a light spring, which is blue, and then we're gonna grab our box. Let me check the time because I am working today. We're gonna place our box straight down center line. I want to give you some extension in your routine today. Hold the side corners of your box. It's much easier to get on your box if you climb with straight legs over it. You slide each thigh onto your box, and then your knees are off the back edge. You're going to draw your heels towards each other. Make the glutes activate. Wrap those thighs again, inner to outer thighs, under the glutes. Feel those hamstrings, those glutes engage. Reach through the bottoms of your feet. Now, your palms are going to come right down onto the edges of your frame. Again, make sure your knees aren't smashing into the box. I want you to have some support. Think of the head comes up last. So you don't have to do this. Look what I do with my neck. I see this so much. You lead with your head and neck. We're not worried about this. We want this long. We want space in your cervical spine and your neck vertebra. So go right here between your two shoulder blades. Anchor the blades down. Now as you pull your heart through, as you lift your heart through the arms, the head, the neck go up at the last point. Inhale. Exhale. Feel space open in mid-back. taking you into your thoracic spine extension. So keep the neck long. And 7, deep exhale. And 6, so we're not hyperextending our neck. Collarbones wide. And 4, feel that openness across chest. And 3, your abdominal wall scoops deeply into your back. 2 more. And inhale and exhale. And last one, breathing in. And then exhale. Feels really good to open up the back, doesn't it? Without overdoing the neck, especially. T-press. Maybe you'll take your hand through the handle. And just, I usually let my handles hang off the edge. I like that way too. Yeah, I like that way better. Old school. So now, palms reach down, chest is open, pull straight back. Maybe you lift your heart into that thoracic spine extension, or maybe you just maintain your neutral spine. That's hard work too. See what suits you best. Keep reaching through bottoms of feet. Exhale. Feel the heat going through your body from your core engagement. And 6, control. 5, scoop in deeply. 4, chest is open. And 3, 2 more. And last one, wonderful. Come home, hang up your straps. Relax head, neck, shoulders, maybe nod head, no, very slowly, gently release sides and neck. And then just breathe into the back of your ribs. Inhale. Exhale, expand, get those intercostals to stretch. Back of rib cage, inhale. Exhale. One more time, you're going to inhale. Exhale. Now gently rock pelvis side to side, let your back release. Wonderful. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, take your hands under the shoulders. You're going to tighten the core to your back. Before you bend the knees, you start to push your palms directly into your box, and then you start to bend your knees, and then you just go straight back. Hip hinge back. If that's too much, you would step off your machine to the side and just get back on. Hip hinge forward. Let your spine be strong, long, and release. Breathing in, breathing out. You could even relax your forehead on the backs of your hands. Breathe and release the spine after doing extension. I'm going to have you do some glute kicks next. And if you're afraid to be up high because you're up high on the box, you could always take the box to the floor and do it on the ground, on the box. And you don't even need to use the springs. You could modify it. Bring your box to the floor and then kneel on your box like this. So start by kneeling on your box. You could take it to the floor. Be careful if you're on top of the machine because we're on a light spring. Basically, when you're in the center of the box like this, we never do the leg work way up here because your center of gravity will make you nose dive into the well. See how the knees are in front of my navel? That means your center of gravity pulls you that way. You have to be to the back of the box, and then you would walk your knee, left knee, to the middle of the box, and your right foot would walk right next to your shoulder block. And what you do, you take your foot and you place it directly inside of the strap. You turn your glute on from up here. That's what keeps the strap tight because you're connecting it to your muscles and you're scooping your core to your spine. Your shoulder blades anchor down your back. Your foot is secure. You're in the strap. You're scooped in. Now you stretch the leg long in line with your hip and your glutes. Your hips are steady. Your 2 hip bones are just facing directly down. 8, 7, head away from tailbone. Really stretch that leg long behind you. 6, control the descent down. 5, exhale. And 4 more. You're gonna exhale, head away from tailbone. 3 more. Exhale. 2. Work those glutes, work the core, work the shoulder girdle, the pelvic girdle. Last one. Now fold the knee and kick. Fold the knee, kick. Front ribs meet back ribs. And 8. Exhale away. 7. Exhale away. 6. Use your core. 5. Exhale away. 4. Abdominals connect. 3. 2 more. Last one. Gently land your carriage, easy and slow. Hang up your strap. Now, 5 cat-cows. Press shoulder blades wide. If you have osteoporosis, avoid rounding your back like this. You would go neutral instead, and then you would just go head away from tailbone, extend, back to neutral, extend, back to neutral. If you don't have osteoporosis, spread blades wide to the sky, and then release. You could spread the blades wide to the sky. Release. 1 more. Now what you would do, if you're on the ground doing your work, you'd still be on the box. Walk your knee to the center. That way you have clearance and you don't kick the edge of the frame or get cut. You would bring your left foot next to the shoulder block. You literally just lift up the ball of the foot, place it over the strap. Once you place it inside of the strap, turn your glute on, scoop abdominals into the spine, set your foot over the wood frame, head away from tailbone, neutral. Your hips are squared down to the box. And then you just reach and kick. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Squeeze that left glute. 8. Scoop the core tight to your back. Control. 7. And 6. Reach and stretch it out. 5. Control the descent. 4. We're not slamming the machine in. We have control at all times. And 3. 2 more. Breathing in, breathing out. Core is strong. Last one. Exhale. Now fold the knee in and kick. Fold and kick. Wrap those ribs. Those obliques are engaged. 8. 7. Shoulder blades down, back. And 6. Core is strong. 5 more. 4. Reach. 3. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. And last one. Wonderful. Slowly come home. You can take your strap off there, or you could set your foot next to the shoulder rest, lift the toes up, and slide it off your foot that way. Once you do that, I'm gonna have you do a little rest pose. Take hands, interclasp them behind your back, and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Relax forehead for a moment. Inhale, exhale, chest is open. Inhale, exhale, last one. And then slowly release hands. Take hands under the shoulders. Very slowly rise up. Head away from tailbone, elevate. Wonderful. Now, you're gonna come sit with your feet on top of your headrest. And then you're gonna take the right hand, reach to your rope on the left strap, and then you're gonna go like this. Your hip bones stay facing forward. The rotation happens through thoracic spine, the middle part of your back. So you're gonna rotate and then come back. Rotate, come back. If you wish to do an arm extension, hold your strap and then rotate on the diagonal. Inhale, exhale, chest is open. Rotate on the diagonal. If it was too heavy, then you would just go like that. Collarbone wide. 4 more. 3 more. Mobility for thoracic spine, middle back. 2 more. And last one. Good. Place the strap down. Go to the other side. Left hand on the right strap. Loop, tighten core. Elevate through top of head. Collarbone wide. Wrist is neutral. Exhale. thoracic spine mobility. You could even extend as long as you keep your wrist from breaking. Neutral. Inhale. Exhale, sit tall. Hip bones stay forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, collarbones wide, come back in, release that strap. Wonderful, hang it up. Now we're gonna exit our machine and we're gonna take our box and set it down to the side. So we're gonna end with two more exercises and then we're gonna end. Add red to your blue spring. We're gonna kneel, bring your foot bar up, lock it into place, bring it to the medium. If you have 3 settings, bring it to number 2 in the middle, lock it into place. Mine's older, it doesn't have a lock. I have 2 reformers with locks and 2 that don't. This one's a peak. So what I want you to do, you're gonna take your foot against the shoulder rest, your foot over the frame, extend the front leg long, and come back home. 4, stretch those hamstrings. 3, stretch your hip flexor. In yoga, we'd call this a half split, Ardha Hanuman. 2. Now, if you want to deepen the stretch for the hips, stay here. If you have osteoporosis, stay with that version. Otherwise, you take your foot, you lift it over the bar, you lean forward, get a deep stretch in the front of this hip flexor, your hips are square. Always hold on to the bar. You don't want to let go of the bar when you're doing this exercise, because if you do, you'll fall down into the springs. So it's not about balance, it's about being safe. You don't want to fall into the springs. We can let go of the bar if we're doing an advanced lunge standing on the reformer and you have the balance, then you're standing up, but here we just don't want to fall down by leaning forward into the springs. 5 and 4. Notice how you could really lift your heart over the bar. Openness. 3. Keep that length. And 2. Breathing in, breathing out. Exhale. Last one. Gently come home. Place your foot against the shoulder block. Now this foot goes on the frame. Your hips are straight, your tailbone's long. Now elevate and stretch it out. Feel how it opens this hip up and these hamstrings and glute. Hamstrings lengthen. Now you can either stay with this one. If you have osteoporosis or you feel tight in the hamstrings, definitely stay right here. Otherwise, you can wrap your toes around the bar. You would lift your heart, feel a deep stretch in the front of your hip and thigh, lifting up, try to square out your pelvis. And then once again, you'd stretch, lift your heart over the bar, and stretch, lift your heart over the bar, and stretch. 4 and 3, elevate your heart, and 2 more. And last one. Now once you come in, you're going to take off your red spring. If you have osteoporosis, maybe you'll sit with both feet on the ground. Here's your modification. Here's one modification. Just sit like that, feet on the ground. Another modification, just lift this leg up. You would elevate, keep shoulders stacked over the pelvis, and just go up and to the side. Third version, mermaid. Lift that leg up, maybe lift the hip, lower the hip, lift the hip, lower the hip. We want that hip to stay down. We're teaching your body what needs to stay down right now. Keep it down. Lengthen sides of waist, shoulders away from ears. Now elongate. That's it. Elongate. Up and out of your center. And 6, up and over. Connect under armpits. 5. And 4, mermaid. And 3, spine is long. It's delicious to stretch sides of waist long. Opening up space for our spine. Last one. Grab your shoulder block. 5 this way. 3. You could do this with both feet on the ground. Remember, 2 to modify it. Last one. Now you're going to stretch up, 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 up. Hips stay down. Now just really open wide, collarbones wide. 5 straight arm reaches. Keep the pelvis secure on mat. 4 and 3. Avoid any deep twisting with osteoporosis. 2. Last one. Maybe do 5 push-ups, elbows wide, head away from tailbone. 4. Open up the low back. 3. 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. Come all the way back home. And we're just going to take our legs. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift up the knees. Rotate. Drop them on the other side. Remember, modified. Your feet are on the ground. Just sit tall like that. That's your modification. Or you'll take this leg in. Here's your modification. Your hips stay put. Or third, here's your mermaid. Your leg comes up. You elevate. You bring the hip down. We're teaching your hip where it needs to stay. And 3, lift up, lower down. 2 more. Lift and down. Last one. Now we're going to drop into our pelvis and we're going to stretch up, up, up and over. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Open your sideline. Keep your shoulders directly over your pelvis. 4 and 3. Open. 2 more. Shoulders out of ears. And last one. Reach for your shoulder block. Come 5 times this way. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. 4 and 3. Really stretch that spine apart. 2 more. If it hurts your knee, of course, you drop this leg down. Last one. Elevate, elevate, elevate. Twist from thoracic, middle back. Maybe just stay here and breathe. Avoid over twisting if you have osteoporosis. 5 presses, straight arms, head away from tailbone, chest is open. 3. Elongate the spine. 2 more. And last one. Now maybe you'll do 5 push-ups. Elbows wide, spine is long. Inhale, chest is open. 4, 3, shoulders down and back. 2 more. And last one. Press hand to middle. Elevate, stretch up, 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 and over. Reach for those breasts, shoulder blocks. Wonderful. And there you have it. We're just going to bring our feet to the ground. And now we're just going to do a couple little shoulder rolls. Up, down, back, away from your ears. And then the opposite way. And then go down to your blue spring. Straddle your machine unless it's too much on your inner thighs. If it's too much on your inner thighs, just have your feet come together into a seated butterfly. Stretch those inner thighs, your low back. If it's too much, just sit like this. Otherwise, sits bones are planted and elongate the spine. Oh, it feels so good. Stretch your inner thighs, your low back. 4 more. Press from the armpits to the palms. Get that entire spine to stretch long. And 3, chest is open. 2 more. And last one, awesome. Slowly come home. Take your feet to the floor. Reach under your thighs. Hip hinge, hip hinge, hip hinge. Forward, hip hinge. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Get that back to release. Exhale 1 more time. Now, with osteoporosis, hip hinge, flat, back it up. Now, avoid with osteoporosis, but we're going to go forward and they're going to round up just to get our spine to release. 3. Avoid with osteoporosis. We're not going to round our middle back like that. 2 more. Inhale. Just get your spine to release. Last one. So with osteoporosis, you would just be doing flat back neutral, hinge up like that. Take a deep inhale. And then bring your hands to your heart. Relax those arms, tilt ear to shoulder, release your neck. Come back, tilt ear to shoulder, release your neck. One more, tilt ear to shoulder, release your neck. And last one, tilt ear to shoulder, release your neck. Wonderful. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, hands to your heart, feeling centered, feeling grounded and balanced to go on with the rest of the day. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this reformer workout. It was designed to work your entire body. We moved your spine in all directions for spine health, and we worked your core the whole entire time. So peace, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like my channel, please hit share, like, or subscribe. That'll help me grow. And I shall be back this week with more exercises, more workouts for you. We'll do yoga as well as Pilates mat. Thank you so much for joining. Peace, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for watching.